Hello, everybody, and welcome to Michigan Living with Jeff. I'm your realtor, Jeff, and let's talk about the winter and how big the bills are going to be. All right. Now, we think that we're going to be having pretty bad here. I just want to be able to bring up some of what's actually, being talked about for how bad it's going to be, even like in Europe. All right, to get a little perspective. Now, everything you can do now to prepare for a devastating winter bill shock. All right, this is what generally is what they're talking about. The government's trying to be able to lessen the oh crap that's going to be happening for winter. Okay, especially with everything that's going on. All right, now winter is coming and families are being warned of a string of enormous bill hikes. We explain everything you can do to prepare for the huge increases. Families across the UK are facing devastating winter bill hikes, with the energy bill set to skyrocket again. Interest rates and inflation continuing to rise, and warnings of a recession. They're already in it. Leading energy analysts are predicting the Ofgem price cap could hit a massive $3,359 in October, up 1,388 from the April price cap. Blah blah blah, whatever that is. The price cap is then expected to rise further still in January. I assume that they have price caps that can't go up any higher than blah blah blah, but they just keep on setting them higher and higher and higher. With Cornwall analysts suggesting it could reach $3,616. On top of this, the Bank of England has just raised interest rates from 1.5% to 1.75%, adding hundreds of pounds to homeowners with a variable rate. Oh, that's right. For some odd reasons, in Europe and Canada, especially Canada, they just don't have set mortgages. They always have the arms. And with the interest rates going up, there goes your cost for your mortgage now also goes up per month as well. So it is what it is. And pushing up the cost of borrowing. Well, not just the cost of borrowing, but your monthly bills, that bill that you have underneath that arm, it goes up immediately, pretty much. It comes as inflation continues to spiral out of control. Inflation is currently at a 40-year high of 9.4% in England and is expected to keep rising. All right. Yeah, we already got that. The Bank of England says it expects inflation to hit 13% in October. In England. Far off its target of 2%. Way far away from 2%. It means interest rates are expected to keep rising, with the central bank saying they may hit 2% next year and tried to rein in soaring inflation. The Bank of England expects the UK to enter recession in the last 3 months of this year and throughout 2023. The gross domestic product falling by 2.1%. That's not that much, really. I mean, anything falling is always a bad thing, but Cornwall Insight principal consultant Craig Lowry warned households face a bleak winter of price rises and said energy prices show no sign of slowing down just yet. In other words, all this just keeps going more and more expensive. There's no sight of it stopping anytime soon. He told the BBC it's not only the price cap level, but the duration of the rises that makes these new forecasts so devastating. Given the current level of the wholesale price, this level of household energy bills currently shows little sign of abating even into 2024. 2024. Oh my. While there's little that you can do to stop rising energy prices and inflation, inflation, yeah. There are ways to take action now to prepare yourself for a harsh winter of bill increases. All right. Go through your bank statements every 3 to 6 months. It's really important to know how much money you have coming in and going out if you're looking to set a budget for the months ahead. Aim to go through your bank statements every 3 to 6 months so you have an accurate picture of your spending. Always know what you're spending and what it's on, and if you actually need it or not. You might find it helpful to set up a spreadsheet to keep track of your bills. This way you can also set up categories of spending. Yeah. For example, you could color code how much you're spending on bills, how much is going out on fun and just going out, and how much you're saving. Now you'll have a good idea of your monthly spending. Look at where you can possibly cut back. Are you spending too much money on takeaways, takeout, and just going out entirely? Or are there any subscription services you can do without? Now is also a good time to look at your bills. Millions of people are out of contract on their phone and broadband and could get a cheaper price elsewhere. That's not much different than here. So that you can be able to easily look at different companies in order to be able to see and stuff, which ones are having a really good deal at the moment. All right. And if you can be able, to, not pay $100 a month or whatever, you might be able to only spend $75. That $25 might, especially, after 12 months, that's well over and some of that. That's like $300 you'd be saving, right? It can add up. Now, they say use a free comparison website online to see if you could save money. Check your insurance policies. Yeah, that's always a good one. All right. Also check, don't be shy. It doesn't hurt you at all and so that in order to be able to contact any like car insurance and house insurance, find out and so that, which one's going to give you the best deal. It can save you a bunch of money and don't really have to hurt you at all. All right. Just, be smart about it. Low-income and vulnerable households will receive cost of living payments over the winter months in England. Around 8 million people on means-tested benefits will get $650 with the first round of payments worth $326 already beginning to hit bank accounts. I thought they were trying to be able to cut inflation. Those who claim universal credit, income-related employment and support allowance, income-based job seekers allowance, income support, and pension credits started to receive this cash from July 14th. Tax credit households will get the first half of the $650 payment from September. There is a $150 cost of living payment being made to those who claim certain disability benefits from September. Pensioners to receive of winter fuel payments will get an extra $300 from November. Wow, they get a lot of subsidies. Holy crap. It's not nearly enough from what I'm seeing here and how much it's costing, but they're getting some money, but it's going to kill inflation, though. They're just, Millions of people are missing out on $13 billion worth of unclaimed benefits. But it only takes 10 minutes to check what you're entitled to. I assume that their websites actually work. Some of the most popular online calculators include ones from Turn to Us, blah, blah, blah. You'll need to answer questions about your household living situation, income, and employment status to get an accurate result. Once you've found out that you're entitled to any benefits, you'll then need to apply for them through Government UK. Get help with energy bills. I bet. If you're worried about rising energy bills, then it's important to know what help is out there. Talk to your energy bill provider as soon as possible if you can't pay their bill. That's true here too. All right? They'll be they're willing to work with you. They might be able to put you on a payment plan or offer some sort of tailored support. Same here. It's also worth asking them if you're definitely on their cheapest deal. Yeah. It's always better to ask for stuff than not. Because what are they going to say? No, I can't help you. That's the worst. Okay, that's fine. All the big energy firms have charitable hardship funds and grants that you may be eligible for if you're struggling. I'm sure everyone is applying for them in England. For example, the British Gas Energy Trust can be accessed by anyone, not just as customers, providing you meet the eligibility criteria. The Warm Home Discount Scheme, which is a one-off payment of $150 distributed by energy suppliers, will open again this winter for vulnerable and low-income households. Every home in England, Scotland, and Wales will also receive $400 off their energy bills spread out over 6 months. It's better than nothing. Okay, mortgages are getting more expensive. Here's the other part. If you're on a track mortgage, your bills will rise in line with the Bank of England's hike. In other words, if you're on an ARM. Obviously, as the interest rates go up, so does your payment. Those with a standard variable rate deal will likely see their costs increase too, although it's down to your lender to decide whether they pass on the rate rise. Oh, it's a standard variable rate. Okay, so it's still an ARM. If you have a fixed rate mortgage, you won't be affected by the base rate increase at all. But expects suggest now could be a good time to lock in a new deal. In other words, where if your interest rate is too high, so that it might be a good idea, so that if you can, to be able to refinance in England. It's not that much different here. If you can, and it doesn't cost you anything to check it out. Just have, you can go on in and be able to see if it's worth it. I've had my buddies and so who are financing. All right, they're part of money. They've told me that it's even with refis, they generally suggest that it's if you don't save at least 2 points, don't even waste your time. So don't even bother. Because there are costs in being able to refi. Okay, so you need to be able to offset those costs within a reasonable amount of time. They suggest always to me and to my clients I've ever done it with is to, if you can't get like 2%, is it really worth it? Depends. And everybody's unique. Okay. So always talk to them and see what you could do. If you're in Michigan and you're over on the east side and you want to be able to find out more, contact me and I can be able to send you, to my guys and stuff and call them and find out. It's no big deal. It doesn't cost you anything. Let's see. Now, where was I? Borrowers should use a mortgage comparison to check whether you are on the cheapest deal. We've got a guide, blah, blah, blah. When thinking about the switch, remember to factor in any other costs and check if there is an early exit fee associated with your current deal. Basically, and some of that is, if you get out of the deal or if you pay it off early, you generally never really want a loan that you can't pay off early. Okay? That's pretty much what that is. Some lenders allow you to lock in up to 6 months in advance, while most will allow... Oh, okay. I get it. All right, in England, they will want you to pay your normal amount, no matter what, the first 6 months. And some will even allow you to pay normally for 3 months. And then you can do whatever. But always call, always ask. Oh, save up money on the food you shop. Food bills are going up as well, with supermarket inflation rising by almost 10% last month alone. There are some things you can do to lower how much you're spending. First of all, try the downshift challenge, which is where you swap branded products for supermarket-owned items and save roughly 30%. Yeah, you can save a bunch of money by going there. I do have to admit, me personally, it's like for juices. I have a young one. whenever I have juices and stuff like that, and I buy the frozen, right? To me, they're much more economical and they're better. I generally, instead of it, utilize a very particular store brand because, well, they're roughly about the same prices as another big store or two, but they taste much better, much better. Um, so if you're going to be doing anything of it, do that with a couple of different brands. All right, just by minimum of what you need for from different ones, and try them out and see which ones and stuff that you actually really like. Okay, and then just buy them from that location. Blah blah. Don't care. Finally, use comparison sites. Don't matter. Cut your debt. Duh. All right. All your credit cards and so that are going to be, payments are going to go up. Expect it. We all are going to be expecting it. If you've got credit cards and that you're paying off, chances are you're paying too much interest. See if you can shift the money you owe to a 0% balance transfer card. These cards, where you don't pay any interest for a certain amount of time at the moment, the longest card offers up to 34 months at 0%. That's beautiful. You may not need this long to pay off what you owe, and keep in mind that some cards charge a fee to transfer your balance. Always look for fees. Always. All right. You should also note that only those with good credit ratings will get the top rates, and you may not always get the advertised rate. Always expect that. Also, is that if you have credit cards and so it's not a bad thing to be able to call them up and be able to go, hey, I'd like to be able to reduce, I've been paying good and this, that, whatever, and I haven't had any issues. Hey, how about, lowering my interest rate? Can't hurt, right? What are they going to say? Nope. All right. But you can always ask and you might get it. And then she might actually be paying a lower interest rate. Do that every 6 months. Don't ask for a higher amount. Certain people. All right. But anyways, don't make any new spends on these cards. In other words, quit using them. And as you likely start to be charged interest until you pay it off, you're paying over the odds on your overdraft. Don't never have overdraft. See if you can switch to an account that offers 0% overdraft. Right, if you have to. If you're paying off an unsecured loan with a high interest rate, it might be worth seeing if you can save money by taking out another loan to pay off your current one. The idea is that you are using a cheaper loan with a lower ARP to pay off the existing loan with a higher IRP or ARP. But in a word of caution, use a free online loan calculator first to check how much you'd pay overall for both loans you're comparing. Yeah, because sometimes there's some funky numbers in there. Check as well if your existing loan provider will charge you for paying off your debt early. Speak to one of the following organizations for debt-free advice. Now, this is for England, but I'm sure that if you were to Google, you would be able to find one for your local area. All right? These are some tips for not just higher energy bills or whatever, just what to expect for this winter, but it's a good idea. I don't know if any of you have already seen my other videos where we've had it where a bunch of companies have already gotten a bunch of stock in, and a lot of very smart people have been telling everybody is that, man, if you can afford it, buy your Christmas presents now, because and when it comes down to Christmas, and it's not going to be like your normal like Black Fridays and whatever. All right. And you're not going to be getting the kind of deals that you're looking at that have generally been happening before because of supply chain issues. All right. So if you really want something, you better be paying for it now, and then just hold on to it, because then you'll be fine. Just a suggestion. All right, like, share, and comment below, and let me know what you think. All right, everybody, you have a great one. Be safe.